everyone. I'm here to talk about French monarchy today. The French monarchy has declared war on the Guardsmen upon the accusation that we were attempting to set up a spy ring in their nation. We were not. We had a singular spy intrude to make sure that they were not going to declare war on us. That was more of the unofficial reason, but our spy was in there for 4 days, and then we pulled him out. That's it. Not aspiring. We're not bribing members. Now, after the declaration of war, he is bribing our members. There's been one confirmed case of this. And in the declaration of war, he declared anyone that affiliates themselves with the Guardsmen a criminal. But he was ready to pardon anybody that joined the French monarchy. And if you are into that, so be it. If you are into being a liar and a traitor, so be it. That's not what Guardsmen are if you want to betray us. You want to betray us? Make it known. Don't be like Ethan. Ethan in specific, he is going to keep on saying, well, you all have betrayed me many times, and da-da-da-da-da, and continuing on with the truth, really. One operation in specific, Operation Dead Dawn. It started out with one of our majors. He was leading his own nation at that time. Major Raven. He told me that he wanted to assassinate Ethan. But he told Ethan that he wanted to assassinate me. So Ethan wanted to protect me. And I agreed with Ethan. We would assassinate Carter in like a counterattack or preemptive strike. That's the right word. And then instead, Carter and I went for him. Why did we do that? One, the council decided Ethan was a threat to security. In Alpha Omega, not the French monarchy, by the way, which he disbanded Alpha Omega. So, but I'll get to that in a minute. Two, it was an intelligence fault. That's really what it was. Mainly on my part, because I was the main informant. But after that, we were like, well, dang, we messed up. We owned up to it, or we tried to at least. Most people forgot about it afterwards. Yeah, and that was the start of the turning point for the worst. So, Ethan has made a couple of nations before, and disbanded a couple of nations before, and joined a couple of nations before, and left a couple of nations before. He's unstable. The first nation that the Guardsmen ever affiliated themselves with was Alpha Omega, back in January, I believe. We were caught in the midst of World War I. We were originally on Ethan's side with Alpha Omega, and then we went to our major side, now major, because they were fighting. It was really a Cold War more than anything, like a cyber war. And that's what he's trying to fight with us right now, even though when there's nobody to argue with and stuff, yeah, it doesn't work. So, I don't get his intentions, but back on topic. In the end, we went neutral, and we were like, guys, just stop, both of you. We favored our major side. So, that was the end of World War I. I forgot who won that. It was really chaotic. And if our stalker that's watching this video wants to comment, please do. And then it went on. Alpha Omega was his nation for a really long time. We went through a lot. And then the NEMS Alliance. It's a school-wide alliance of all the nations, factions, blah, blah, blah. It was a rigged system. because there were three main nations, and then everyone else was small, and they had less of a vote. Kind of like the House of Representatives, except that was our only, and it was based off of nothing. You were just voted into the council seat, and automatically, three nations got the council. Well, it's one representative from each nation. So, because of that, there's destined to be some problems. The problems actually did not start with Ethan. To be honest, it started with Carter. He was doing illegal things, and we wanted to impeach him. Obviously, I was on Ethan's side throughout the entire thing, Alpha Omega, like, for the most part. Until Carter started using propaganda, and he convinced me otherwise. It was over time and stuff. But I just expressed my voice for the Saviors of Dawn, as well as this nation. It was a rigged system because there were three main nations. There was, one representative from each nation. Every other nation had less of a vote, and they weren't like in the big three, is what it was nicknamed. This obviously led to some controversy and arguments later on down the road. It seemed fair, but it apparently was not. Our major was trying to seize additional power by lying about Ethan and Alpha Omega, using propaganda, blah, 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 blah. He even convinced me for a while, but the guardsmen did not support him. I supported him personally. That was the thing that mixed them up. Mixed up the entire council. I did not give him funds. I just supported him vocally. I didn't go back to my nation and talk about it either. I was like, okay guys, there's a little bit of bickering, blah, blah, blah. But, we're still neutral. But Ethan thought I was, like, the guardsmen were supporting him. So, this led into the Cold War, and then, actually after this next event, tried impeaching Ethan, and Ethan was just like, because I know I'll win, I might as well, and, of course, because technically he wasn't even supposed to be impeached, but he went along with it anyway, and that's when I went to turn for support our major. Can't change the past, you just gotta honor it, or suck it up. So, that eventually led into Operation Dead Dawn, as I have explained, in April, and this was also the time of the Scorpion Wars. After the NEMS Alliance, before Dead Dawn. That was the Scorpion Wars. So we were in a fighting mood anyway. That's why the council, I think, was all jumpy about assassinating Ethan. Aside from the fact, that's what happened with Alpha Omega. Then he disbanded Alpha Omega, I'm pretty sure, or he left it. My memory is not exactly the clearest at the current moment in time. And he went on to make Skull Company. It was a mercenary company because he was like, whatever, I'm done with governments, I just want to fight. Perfectly fine. Of course, what happened to Alpha Omega? It also saw the territory, and they really faded out of existence. Whoever was in it just, was like, okay, I don't even know what this is anymore. Kind of like Doggo Nation. Skull Company got hired by the Guardsmen to fight in the Third Scorpion War, which was the final war. And that's it. When Ethan moved down to classified area, he disbanded Skull Company. So, generally, the pattern I see is something stirs up in the pot, fights maybe, allied or not allied with us, and then he disbands after a while. He doesn't try to keep a stable nation. The French monarchy has never been stable, but it works. Let's talk about Ethan real quick. He's also taken over almost every single nation he's joined. Because, fun fact, he has joined the Guardsmen before. He was in it for 2 weeks, like it was in. He decided to leave to continue the AOM before the New Alliance and stuff. He decided to leave for AOM territory. He wanted his independence and power. Skull Company, him and our major, Raven, not major then, obviously, they left their nations to make that nation. And then Ethan kicked him out, and he became the supreme ruler. So, he takes over nations. The French monarchy, I don't think he's going to do that. Because he realized what he's done, and he realizes it's going to be used as a bad, talking point. Which is fine. It's going to happen. But do you think it was Queen Jerry, that declared war on the Guardsmen? He barely knows me. Or do you think it was the director of operations, Ethan? The person that has been trying to get back at us since Alpha Omega. So, he doesn't make the stablest of nations, but he does make very powerful warfighting nations. And that is why anyone in the military needs to get up and stop being lazy. You hear me? This is going to cause something bad later on down the road. You want to lose our HQ? Let's stay on your boat watching TikTok all day. Alright? I'm talking to a few people. Most of our military is perfectly fine. We just have a few people that are too dang lazy to get up. And Ethan, I know you're watching this. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So, if we have the same determination to destroy other nations as the French monarchy, and Ethan in specific, oh buddy, we would be reigning dominant. But remember what I said yesterday. We fight for freedom and fairness. Now we're loose. You don't trust me on that? Just look into the future. There's an actual stable system of government, and not a government that's going to execute you if you commit treason. Sure, it's a punishment, but it's not like one of the oligarchs is going to be like, die. No, we don't have the power to do that. Ethan does. Queen Jerry does. So, you want to be a pawn in their game of war against us so that they can get territory power? Go right ahead. But I'm telling you right now, Guardsmen, oh buddy, it's so much better when we're not in wartime. We got sports, for goodness sake. Nobody likes half the sports we have, but we do. And it's not like we just sit around until a war and we all get jumpy and hyper. No, we're always ready. We're ready to combat any attack that comes after us. Because you know what we are? We're Guardsmen. Guardsmen are strong, obedient, and brave. And if you're not one of those, you might as well go join our worst enemy over there. Isi Metacherisi.